This from Abigail Blake from yourmechanic.com on understanding electric car batteries, which was very helpful for me being an owner of a Tesla Model 3. So maybe if you're in the market or have one, maybe this will be helpful to you. I'll put a link to the article in the description below this video. Now, electric cars contain rechargeable lithium-ion batteries designed to produce high energy outputs. They continue to weigh significantly less than their energy density would imply and reduce the overall emissions poured out by cars. Plug-in hybrids contain charging abilities as well as gasoline compatibility for fueling. Electric vehicles, or EVs, earn their name from running off electricity instead of gasoline. Fueling up translates into charging the car's battery. The mileage you get off a full charge varies depending on the EV's manufacturer. A car with a 100-mile range driven 50 miles each day would have a so-called deep discharge of its battery, which drains 50% every day, a difficult number to make up with most home charging stations. For driving the same distance, a car with a higher full charge range would be more ideal because it gives off a shallow discharge. Shallower discharges reduce the overall degradation of the electric battery and helps it last longer. Even with the smartest of purchasing intentions, eventually an EV will need its battery replaced, just like a battery-operated car. Regular car batteries are nearly 100% recyclable, and electric batteries are on their way to matching that with a 96% reusability score. However, when it comes time to replace your car's battery, your electric car's battery, if it's outside the vehicle warranty, it may be the steepest price you pay in car maintenance. Now, when it comes to replacing electric vehicle batteries, due to the high price of electric batteries to begin with, buying a replacement can be super costly. To counteract this situation, most electric vehicle manufacturers provide a warranty for repair or replacement of the battery within a number of miles or years, and if the battery no longer charges above a certain percentage, which is usually 60 to 70%, it is eligible for manufacturer-backed replacement. So make sure to read the fine print when receiving services, because not all manufacturers will reimburse work done on a battery performed by a technician outside the company. Now, should it appear your vehicle no longer holds a charge or seems to deplete faster than anticipated, battery pack or battery servicing may be required on your electric vehicle. A qualified mechanic can often do the job or may even offer you reimbursement for your old battery. The majority of its components can be recycled and repurposed for future use. So make sure your vehicle's warranty covers work done outside the manufacturer to save on service payments. Now, when it comes to factors impacting battery life, lithium-based EV batteries run in cycles. A charge or ensuing discharge counts as one cycle. As the number of cycles increases, the battery's ability to hold a full charge will decrease. Fully charged batteries contain the highest voltage possible, with battery management systems built in to prevent voltage from exceeding its operating range and temperature. On top of cycles, which the battery is designed to endure for a significant amount of time, factors that are detrimental to long battery life include the following: extreme high or low temperatures, overcharging or high voltage, deep discharges or low voltage, and frequent high charge current or discharges, meaning too many fast charges. So how are we supposed to increase our battery life? Good question. I got the answer right here. To prolong it, they've got 7 best practices. Number 1, don't leave battery at a full charge. Leaving it at a full charge too often stresses the battery and degrades it faster. Number 2, store it in a garage. Keep your EV in a garage or temperature-controlled space whenever possible to avoid temperature extremes. Number 3, plan for your outings. Preheat or pre-cool the EV before going out if you haven't unplugged the car from your home charging station. This practice helps you avoid using battery power while driving. Number 4, use economy mode if available. EVs with eco mode will turn off the car battery while stopped. It acts as a battery power saver and helps minimize your vehicle's overall energy consumption. Number 5, avoid speeding. Battery efficiency tends to decrease when you exceed 50 miles per hour. When applicable, keep your driving speed down. Number 6, avoid braking hard. Hard braking uses the car's conventional brakes. Regenerative brakes activated with gentle braking save battery energy, while friction-based brakes do not. And number 7, plan vacation settings. Set the charge level to 50% and leave the EV plugged in while away on long trips if possible. In conclusion, electric vehicle batteries are constantly improving with each new car model. They grow increasingly efficient and cost-effective with further developments. Innovation in battery life and design contribute to the popularity of EVs as they become more affordable. Charging stations pop up in new places across the country all the time to provide services to the car of the future. Understanding how electric car batteries work maximizes the efficiency an EV owner can gain. This again from Abigail Blake from yourmechanic.com. Only disclaimer here is that the statements expressed are only for informational purposes and should be independently verified. Again, I put a link to this article in the description below. So how often do you inspect your spare tire? Do you have one? Do you know where it is? Oftentimes when I shoot video of a pressed vehicle, I'll find it underneath the vehicle, I'll find it under the floorboard in the cargo area, and sometimes they don't have one at all. It's either a flat kit or a pump of some kind. So this from Consumer Reports on, do you have a spare tire and when does it expire? If you're lucky, you'll never have to use a spare tire. Some people might go years without needing or using one, or even avoid removing it from their spare tire well or from under the vehicle during the entire ownership of that vehicle. It may be hidden away, but it should not be forgotten. In fact, you should check and adjust its tire pressure at least seasonally. And know that, like bread, spare tires do expire. They don't get moldy, but they expire. Quote, unless specified, you should get a new spare tire at least every 10 years to ensure that it's safe to use. In fact, you should inspect your spare tire periodically to look for any cracks or dry rot. This is a task that can be done when you're checking the tire pressure. This is from Gene Peterson, Consumer Reports Tire Program Manager. So if your spare tire is on the outside of the vehicle, such as underneath the SUV or the pickup or crossover, you want to be extra vigilant because the tire is exposed to the elements. Bolts exposed to the weather and especially road salt can corrode and make it difficult to lower that tire. It's smart to remove the tire at least once a year to make sure that it's still accessible, so you don't have to do that and worry about that when it's dark and rainy outside and you're trying to replace your flat tire. Make sure the air pressure is in the recommended range. Spare donut tires typically require, did not know this, more air pressure than a full-size tire. So check the air in your spare at the same time you check your other tires and top off as needed. A typical car tire measured at 30 psi when it's 80 degrees outside will register at 25 psi when it's 30 degrees outside. So in other words, a tire drops around 1 psi for every 10 degrees, meaning the change in seasons can have a significant impact on pressure. So again, how often do you inspect your spare tire? Is it seasonally, every other year, or never? Hopefully this answers the question on how often you should check it. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.